Hello and welcome to Pint Glass Gaming. As always, I'm Gary. Have you been feeling too good about yourself lately? Would you like to play a game that's like banging your head against a wall of fun? Then oh boy, do I have a game that's going to sort you out. Today we're going to be talking about Returnal for the Sony Playstation 5. Returnal was released for the PS5 on April 30th, 2021, exclusively for the PS5. You play as Celine, who works as a scout for the Astra Corporation. Celine disobeys orders and attempts to land on the off-limits planet of Atropos to investigate a mysterious radio broadcast that she has named the White Shadow. In her approach, her ship is heavily damaged and she crashes on the planet's surface. She's forced to abandon her ship, and now she must investigate the mysterious radio signal and find a way to escape the treacherous planet. Things start to get weird when Celine comes across corpses of other Astra scouts in the wild areas of the planet. These corpses, upon closer inspection, however, belong to Celine.
I have found a deceased Astra scout here. Checking identification on a helmet. It's...
More mysteries begin to unfold as you make your way through the game, and unraveling what's going on keeps you interested throughout the game's many frustrations. If I'm being totally honest, I really only took a chance on this game due to the lack of next-gen titles at the time of its release. Returnal is a roguelike third-person shooter. If you liked the movie Groundhog Day, this is going to be right up your alley. Every time you die, you start over in what the game calls cycles.
Put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb, babe.
Now, there are some pieces of equipment that stay with you when you start over, but all of your weapons, any health bar increases, in-game currency, and suit upgrades all get erased every time you start a new cycle. You know you're in for an old-school hard game when the loading screen tells you straight up, Returnal is meant to be a challenging experience, and they're not lying. Enemies are straight up merciless, and running into any combat situation without cover or a plan is going to see you lose everything you worked so hard to find. Find cover, play intelligently, or suffer the consequences. Like a Louisiana psychic would say,
"You're gonna die!"
Hello and welcome to Pint Glass Gaming. I died. Time for a new cycle.
Crash. Again.
Every time you start a new cycle, the map changes. Areas and items are all random. This means that there is a degree of luck in proceeding through the story. I have mixed feelings about this approach. Skill is important, but if you don't find good weapons and items, you're going to have a hard time. In order to find better weapons, you need to increase your weapon proficiency, which is done by finding random item drops or by killing enemies. I had cycles where I was dropped right in front of a boss door without encountering any basic enemies. It didn't really go so well, as you might be able to imagine. This is a small complaint, but one that might leave a bad taste in people's mouths. One complaint that a lot of people have had that I agree with is the lack of a quick save feature. If you need to walk away from the game, you can either put the PS5 console into rest mode or quit. This is especially problematic when you have auto-update features turned on your console. I had a great run going, but had to go to sleep for work. When I came back, my PS5 had updated the Returnal software, and I lost everything. Now, I don't want games to coddle me, but a quick save that deletes itself upon loading would prevent this sort of thing. I see no good reason why it shouldn't be implemented. You have to beat Returnal on one long, uninterrupted run, and if you need to step away, you run the risk of losing everything you worked for. Graphically, this game is solid. Celine's facial expressions and animation look awesome, and the lush alien homeworld is well animated. Enemies pop out with a blue or red neon glow. Areas in each segment of the game are different, though each area itself can be a little repetitive. This is sort of a hallmark of procedurally generated games, however. Cutscenes are beautifully animated and tell the story well. But let's be honest, you're probably going to see that crash animation many more times than you want to. Though I like the offset configuration of the Xbox controllers more, there really can't be any argument that the PlayStation 5 controller is the best controller ever seen on a console to date. The haptic feedback functions in this game are the best I've experienced in my whole lifetime of gaming. You can feel raindrops falling on your spacesuit. Each weapon in the game has 2 firing modes. There's resistance in the trigger halfway down, and if you press the trigger halfway, you shoot in your regular firing mode. However, if you push past that resistance, you enter a more powerful alternate firing mode that differs with each weapon. The alternate firing mode has a cooldown period, and a chime from the controller's speaker lets you know when you can fire it again. You can feel every step, every shot, and every explosion. This is the best controller integration that I've experienced to date, and I hope other developers use this game as inspiration for any future projects. Now, no spoilers, but the ending of the game seems to only give you more questions. There's a lot of symbology to dissect, and I've been a part of some really interesting discussions on forums regarding it. There's a lot of trial and tribulation to get to it, but I like how it can definitely be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. It's worth getting to, and when you do get there, you're going to have a great feeling of accomplishment. This game is definitely worth checking out, especially considering the lack of real next-gen experiences available right now. If you're looking for a challenge, please, why not give it a whirl? However, people looking for a relaxing game to play a little of in their free time should probably stay away. Returnal receives the Pint Glass seal of approval. This wraps up yet another episode of Pint Glass Gaming. We thank you for joining us. If you like our content, please don't forget to give a like and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time. Stay tuned for some more content